Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here with another Red Dead Redemption 2 video, and in this video I'll be showing you the Geology for Beginners questline, which requires you to grab the 10 rock carving collectibles. You will need to do this in order to reach 100% completion in the game if you plan to do so. There's also a couple of cool rewards, and there's actually a pretty cool story around this. Now, during Chapter 2, you will unlock the ability to meet a character that lives to the northwest of the town Strawberry. I believe his name is Francis Sinclair. Talking to him for the first time will set the quest in motion. You'll see the little text show up in the corner, Geology for Beginners. And once you're done talking to him, you will now be able to collect the 10 rock carvings. And I will show you them in order. Basically, for my order, I started off in Valentine and then kind of worked counterclockwise around the map. There are also collectibles for dinosaur bones. There's 30 of those. And there's 20 dream catchers. I will have separate videos for those if you'd like to try to do all 3 sets of collectibles at the same time, although it can get a little bit confusing. So let's just get started with the rock carvings. I will start each clip with a map. I'll zoom in and out and then show you exactly where on the map it is. And then obviously I'll approach it and interact with it to gain the collectible. As even if you know where they are exactly on the map, it can be a little bit tricky to find them because a lot of them are on the sides of cliff walls, for example. Now the first one here is near Flatneck Station, just south of Valentine. And you will need to basically go on the one ledge down from the top height of this cliff and then follow along and look on the right until you find the rock carving. Now these things are pretty spread out, so we are now a far way away, and we are above the N in the word New Hanover on the map, just north of the train tracks there. And if I zoom in, you can kind of see some of the topology of the area. It's going to be near the very top of the cliff, so it might be easiest if you start at Moonstone Pond and then move south instead of going the other way around, as you'll find a large cliff face and you won't be able to go up it unless you go around. So as you kind of approach the cliff's edge here, you'll see this one rock that kind of sticks out. You can hop off your horse and go to the right a little bit in order to find a rock carving of a pyramid. The third one we'll go for is by the Elysian Pool between the E and the R in New Hanover. And what you'll want to do is you will cross a bridge going north on the east side of it. And there will be a large rock kind of in front of you. This one's pretty easy to see. And I should also mention that if you click in your left and right stick, you go into, I don't remember what the mode's called. It's like a focus mode. And some things will glow yellow. Collectibles will glow yellow, so if you are not sure where to find it and you haven't found it yet, you can try clicking in the sticks in order to kind of have it highlighted a little bit. Next up, we are not far from Deer Cottage, just north of Ansburg, to the east of the river there. And if you follow up this little path, you'll notice the cottage, and then continue following the path until you get to exactly where my marker is. If you look to the right and kind of climb up a small ledge, using focus might be useful here. You should be able to quickly find this carving. Next up, number 5 of 10, getting halfway there, next to Brackus Station. You want to basically position yourself inside of the S of Station. and you will be able to find this kind of small ledge right where my waypoint is. You can see the lines, which mean that those are like the topography lines, so how high the mountains are. So you can kind of see exactly which ledge you need to be on. But there's a small break between the rocks. You'll be able to see train tracks in the distance. And if you kind of get your way down this path and keep to the left, you should be able to find a rock carving here. Next, for number 6 of 10, we are south of Window Rock and a little bit northeast of the word Cumberland, and we are to the south of the river here. I am on this path, which is the path that leads to the top of the mountain. Now, on the left, it kind of looks like they join up, but they do not join up, so keep that in mind. I've basically made my way to the top of the mountain, and there is a ledge, or kind of like a plateau here to my left of the highest point. If I go up here and stay to the left, be careful of the cliff's edge, obviously. There will be a small path that kind of breaks off with a small ledge right here. Follow this path to the rock carving. Number 7 out of 10 is just north of Window Rock, so you'll want to cross the river from where we just were. You'll notice there is a train track, and then above that there is a path, and that path goes across the small creek there. If you're going from east to west across the creek, you notice this small bridge, and just to the right, you should be able to spot this one from pretty far away as it is quite bright. I've already located it with my focus, which is why it's not glowing. So cross the bridge and then kind of scale up a couple rocks in order to find that one. For number 8, we are in the Grizzlies West at pretty much the peak of Mount Hagen. So once you find the path, just follow the path. You'll notice this kind of small little cottagey outpost type area. And if you keep following the path pretty much to the very tip, just keep your eyes on the right-hand side and you should be able to spot this one pretty easily. Now, number 9 of 10 is also near the top of a mountain, but this one is Mount Sean. There are kind of two peaks to this mountain, I think, and where it says Mount Sean on the map is not actually the highest peak, but right here next to the T in the word west, you should be able to go up this path, and you'll end up pretty much near the very top of the mountain. And on your way there on this path, which is a little bit scary on your horse, you should be able to find 9 out of 10. Now, your 10th and final collectible is going to be west of Strawberry on the south of the small lake there. If you are kind of positioned into the lake and look out, there will be some kind of short cliffs edges, and you should be able to spot your rock carving here. Now, once you do have all 10 of the collectibles, that's not actually enough. You need to now go to a post office and mail the 10 locations to Francis via one of the clerks who works there. Now, after you do that, you won't receive a response until 24 in-game hours go by. Now, you can just play your game and wait for one day and night cycle, or you can do what I did, and I actually went into a hotel. I checked in for a day, I slept for 20 hours, checked in for a second day and slept for another 8. And then I went back to the post office, and now you can get the mail that he sends you back. So make sure you receive the mail. Now you will get the following rewards. For one of the carvings mailed, you will get Kentucky bourbon and $10. For 5 of the carvings, you'll get a rock statue. And for all 10, you will receive an invitation from Francis to visit him back at his house. At this point, you're ready to go and visit Francis in his house to the west of Strawberry, and you will want to knock on the door to go inside. Now, the mission will conclude, so spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. It is a very cool twist ending. Basically, these carvings allowed Francis to travel in time, and now he is a baby. Pretty cool. But nonetheless, once the little cinematic goes by, you should be outside and then unlock your achievement if this is your first collectible set. This is also required for 100% completion of the game anyways. But before you leave, make sure you go back into the cabin and grab the compass off of the desk. This is your main reward for doing this side quest. And you can now take this to a fence, and you have one of the pieces that are required in order to craft a special talisman. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Special thanks to the amazing people on Patreon for supporting the show. Hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.